I'm Michelle. I'm a writer for NextShark. And, again, thank you so much for joining me today to speak about No Hard Feelings. First of all, congratulations to you both. I believe the song will be released in a few hours, right?
Yes. Yes, I'm so excited.
In the Philippines and Singapore. So, yeah, how are you both feeling about that so far? Excited, nervous?
I feel so excited. I feel like this whole entire process has been around like 4 to 5 months. So it's like having a baby coming to life and just finally being able to put it out to the whole world. So I'm really excited. And I'm so lucky to have Denise on the track as well because the song just flows so amazingly. Yeah. I'm so excited. Sorry.
Yeah, I've always been curious, if artists actually scroll through social media to see fan reactions about their songs, or do you guys just completely avoid it?
I personally try not to because I'm scared.
Yeah.
And I feel like ignorance is bliss, but I do see a lot of positive comments on the song so far. So I'm just really lucky to have really supportive fans.
Mhm. That's great. Okay. So, yeah, let's talk about the inspiration behind the single. Haven, take me back to when you first started writing the lyrics and, what was going through your mind then?
Actually, this is the one song that I actually didn't write. Because I was actually writing a whole bunch of songs. I had a whole ton in my library, and then Leonard actually just sent me a couple of tracks. He's like, "Hey, Leonard, this kind of," she's like, "Hey, Evan, this kind of sounds like you." I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" So I listened to it, and then the songs that he sent me, I was like, "Oh, these are okay." And then I scrolled down and I saw this song called "No Hard Feelings." So I was like, "Okay, let me just play it." And my friends were in the room too, so I blasted on like speaker, and I was like, "Oh my god!" You know that feeling whenever you hear a song and you're just like, I wish I wrote it? No
Mhm.
Hard Feelings was that song for me. And so I was like, this is perfect. Like, I have to be on the song. This has to be my song. So I talked to Leonard about it, and then we got the song. And then I just changed a couple of lyrics here and there so that it relates more to my story. And I just feel like I always get so angry when I break up or like get so sad and I take it so personally. And I think I just realized like like I'm healing, I'm growing, and at this point like I don't want it to affect me so much. So that's really why I chose No Hard Feelings, 'cause I just don't want to have so much anger pent up anymore and sort of move on from that journey.
So, I guess No Hard Feelings is like a song about healing. Is that what you mean?
Yes, absolutely, not having any no hard feelings.
Okay.
So
Now, what about you, Denise Julia? What sparked this collaboration? And I mean, were you going through a breakup as well? Is there a reason why, you chose Denise Julia to be in this track?
Yeah, I think it was kind of perfect because I heard that demo when I was still in a relationship, and then I broke up with that person, my first ever boyfriend, ex. So when I heard that, like we heard it again after the breakup, I was like, oh, okay, I'm down to do this. I'm down to hop on it. So it was perfect. I wrote my whole part. Like of course, she did her thing. I just felt like I had to narrate what happened to like in my case, like what I actually went through in the breakup. So I had to narrate that. And that's where the whole second verse comes in. I'm literally just taking you through what I went through when I went through a breakup, reminiscing everything. And yeah, finally through healing, which Haven just said. Yeah, it's a song about, like when you really just want to forget and heal. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm proud of you both. Healing can be a very, grueling time because, it's a whirlwind of all these positive and negative emotions. But I'm really glad the song has been a way for you both to at least say, I'm done and I'm moving on. So Haven, you're based in Singapore, right? And Denise Julia in the Philippines. So I'm curious, how did you reach out to each other and what was it like to get together and work on this song?
I actually heard one of Denise's song NVMD, and
Mhm.
I was a huge fan of it. And I was like, yo, this girl sounds like Ariana Grande. Like, who is this girl? And I found out like Leonard knew her manager at the time. And then so I was like, okay, like let me talk to her. Let's see what we can do. And as she said, like she just broke up and I just broke up. So like this was perfect. Two besties who just gone through a breakup, writing about a song about no hard feelings. And so I begged Leonard, I was like, okay, we have to go to Manila. We have to do this. And so both of us flew down there and then just recorded the song in like 3 days.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Wow. I mean, and you both individually explored pretty different genres in music, right? So can you walk me through that process of blending your individual music styles, create this cohesive piece?
Oh, okay. Should I start? Okay. Well, for me, I am an R&B girly, so I think it's safe to say that this type of track that I did with her is really more of my style, my genre. It was really easy to be on the track and feel it. So I think the whole experience was really just, it was nice to get to know her, a very wonderful human being, to share our experiences and create like our little baby that represents our journey as girls who went through that type of thing. So yeah, very easy for me.
Uh, for me, I've never really done an R&B track, but I love R&B so much. I hear it on repeat, but I don't know, it's just never been a thing where I just put myself out there. So I really wanted to push myself out of that comfort zone and be like, okay, look, I always listen to it, I always love it. Why not I try it? And what perfect than this song to do it? So yeah, and it's been great. I had a bit of trouble and Denise helped me a lot in the studio, but the song is just this song is so good. I'm sorry, I have to say though, I love this song so much. So I just anything that has been put out there that I've ever done, I would say this is like one of my favorites.
Okay, yeah, well, I haven't heard it, so I'm really excited. So, yeah, speaking about the song, I also wanted to talk specifically about the title, No Hard Feelings. I want to know your interpretations of that phrase. Is it meant in an honest, sincere way? There's like really no more lingering negative emotions, or could it also be meant in like a sarcastic, whatever way? You know what I mean? Like, because you know how some people could be like, no hard feelings, but deep down they're still pretty hurt. What do you think about that phrase?
Um, I think when I started this song, definitely it was a very petty way of saying it, like, oh, it's fine, but it's not really fine. But I think throughout the months, I really connected even more on what the song truly meant for me. And in a way, creating this song helped me heal as well. And I think now I'm already really at the stage where it's really no hard feelings, and there's so much love and respect for the people that I love, for people that cared for me. And this is not just a relationship, this also was intended for friendships. When you go through any hardship with anyone, this was just that song that really got me out of a rut, to be like, hey, like, look at the bright side, there's just no hard feelings, just it's okay, it's okay. But it did start off very petty, very petty.
Yeah, I get that. By the way, can we expect a music video for this song? Alright,
um
we can talk about that. It's okay.
if I have okay, so me and my boss, we love to do this where we like to bet on things to just give ourselves a benchmark to hit. And so if this song gets over 1 million streams in the month to come, I will go to Manila and film a music video with Denise out there. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that would be awesome. Yeah, that'd be so exciting. But let's talk a little bit about, both of you as young artists since you're in your early 20s, right? Am I correct? And
Uh,
I'm
I'm
sure.
turning 20 next one. So
Oh, okay. So you're a teenager. But I'm sure there'll be, more opportunities and successes coming your way. But looking back on how far you've come so far, how would you describe yourself as an artist right now? And what's something you're still aiming to accomplish for yourself and for your music?
Denise?
Okay. As an artist right now, I would describe myself as someone who is learning but driven. I really like pushing my art to its limits and really finding like which works for me, which doesn't. And as far as what I still want to aim, I am working on my own album, so like definitely a full body of work to put out there that just screams, me. Like me as an artist, me as a person, and what I went through my whole journey. So yeah.
Awesome.
For me, I would say I write songs or release songs based on how I'm feeling at the month or the time. And I feel like we all have different eras, we're going through different eras. So for me, I really love to explore this side of me, the one that's really depressed, the one that's really happy, the one that's just happy, or anything like that. So I would say my music really resonates with me on which year I put it out, or like which month I put it out. And it's just, I feel like my whole music journey has always been about like what I'm going through that others can relate to, because I know a lot of people my age are feeling the same way as I do, and how can I communicate that the best? I feel like that would be my music. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm really grateful for all, like, everyone who has been a part of this.
Yeah, and it's also amazing because I feel like, because you're both really young, you also get, you Gen Z listeners, and it's like they're growing with you along the journey, right? Um, by the way, I'm Filipino, so I'm also pretty impressed because I know in OPM, although Filipinos love belting out to Beyonce or Mariah Carey for karaoke's, it's not often we get our own 90s inspired R&B artists. Now, this question is for you both. As for inspiring young Gen Z artists who also wish to explore the same genres you're both doing, what advice would you give to them?
I can go first.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I think for me, because growing up, I didn't really have anyone to look up to that looked like me in my country, because we're very white centric. So I feel like now it's nice to be like that pillar to show girls, like, if it doesn't matter what you look like, you can do things if you really put your heart into it. And you don't have to be a belter. I'm not a belter. You just really have to show people that you love what you're doing, and what you're doing should resonate with, how they feel, so that they can relate to it. And, I think everyone just in general appreciates art. You don't have to be like others to really stand out. You just really have to find your own sound and find your own groove, and everything will be good. Yeah.
Awesome.
I would definitely say I'm not too familiar with the R&B scene, but to my fellow musicians or artists that wants to start writing their own music and stuff, I always encourage it, because I was told that I could never do it. And especially like back then when I was 14, when I first started out, people was like, in Singapore especially, they were like, music is not a career, like you'll fail, like there's no way this is sustainable. And now that I've kind of stepping towards that goal even more so now, I feel like I'm trying to give that sense of hope, like, even if I do feel, let's say in the next 5 years, I don't care, because I love what I'm doing, and I really do believe that you can be happy and make money at the same time, and take away that stereotype that like you gotta have a 9-to-5 job at all times. I really want people to do what they love, and I feel like music is a universal language where all of us can understand, and it's just a better way to connect everyone together.
Yeah, thank you both so much. So another popular question that, because one of my friends is a big fan of the two of you, and they wanted to know, are there any other artists, local or international, you'd want to collab with in the future?
I would really like, locally, I would love to work with BRB. I don't know if you guys heard of that group before, BRB. Internationally, it's always been my dream to work with Rule on the song. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I've always been listening to him, and I just would really love to collaborate with him just to see how it would be like.
For me, locally, I already have done that, so it's a secret. We secured the collab with that artist, but it's to be announced. As for international, there's a lot, but I think I would go with, I don't know, man, like Summer Walker or SZA, or just think big, you know?
I really
So,
believe you guys can do
girls,
it. Yes.
Aiko, Kalani, all those R&B girls. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I can't wait. I know that you guys can do it. And you're still very young. There's so much more to achieve. So before I let you guys go enjoy your nights. Is there something else, you'd like to share with your fans, your listeners, or, the readers of this soon to be feature? It can be advice relating to no hard feelings, or, just anything you've really been wanting to say for a while now.
I'll go first. No matter which stage you are going through in your, grief or breakup or friendship, this song can relate to all of us in some way or another. And so please just give it a chance and take a listen to it. If you don't like it, it's all right. There will be no hard feelings. But if you do, please join me for more of my song that's going to be coming out, and follow both of our journeys. And thank you so much for supporting us. And thank you, NextShark, for having us today.